Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is so very special. We are going to talk about my top 10 blush formulas that I have in my collection, and this is a mixture of powder formulas as well as liquid formulas, cream formulas, everything together. I feel like these are the 10 blushes that I absolutely reach out for again and again, time and time, every day in my life. So if you're ready, let's begin. Now, I have to tell you, you will definitely see a color that is replicated in my collection because those are the ones that I reach out to again and again, and that's mainly like mauve tones and like terracotta tones. Those are the ones that I reach out for again and again. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys so that you see what I'm playing with. So without further ado, let's begin. The first formula that I want to talk about is the Patrick Ta blushes. Now I have two with me that I reach out for the most. The first one that I want to talk about is in the shade Do We Know Her, and this is such a beautiful orangey blush. If I'm looking for like a warm tone orangey blush, this is definitely the one that I reach out for. I love this so very much because the powder is so very thin and like pigmented, but the cream definitely makes it more dewy, but it's not overly pigmented. I really love it. Let me swatch it for you guys. Really love this formula from Patrick Ta a lot. So where are we swatching? Let's do this. So that is Do We Know Her. Such a pretty shade. I really love it. I'm also gonna swatch the other shade that I have. This is definitely more my style when I'm doing cool tone looks, and this is not too much. I definitely feel if you're my skin tone, I would prefer she's blushing over, not too much. It's very good for me when I'm not looking for like too much blush on me. Like when I just want a little bit of flush on my face, but not too much like shouting blush. This is what I go for. And this is not too much. Let me swatch it for you. It's really pretty if you love like Natasha Denona, My Dream blush. I would say this is gonna be right up your alley. I would definitely recommend this for more of a lighter and a light medium skin tone. So those are the two blushes that I would recommend from Patrick Ta, but I'm going to consider this as one, okay? Just a shade. Okay, next blush that I want to talk about is, it's pretty new in my collection, but I have absolutely non-stop used it. That's the blush actually that I'm wearing on my face, and this is from Watsa Beauty. I have mine in the shade 30 and 40. Let me show you both. I am wearing the shade number 40. This blush, it's a powder formula. It's a marbled baked formula, but it performs so beautifully on the skin. This is 30 and this is 40. I'm wearing 40, which is the shade called Gentle Genova, and shade number 30 is called Relaxed Roma. Let me swatch it for you guys. This is more, 30 is more mauve, and Gentle Genova is more terracotta. So actually let me build this so that you can see. This is shade number 40, and you can see how beautifully it looks like you have some highlight. I do have a highlighter, but it has a little bit of sheen, but it's not too much on the face. I definitely can just wear this and avoid my highlighter, and it performs beautifully. I love this so very much. Let me swatch it for you guys. I just didn't want to ruin the marbling effect because I definitely feel this is such a stunning product. So let me show it to you. This is 30 and this one is 40. So as you can see, this is 30 and this is 40. 30 is definitely much more like mauve tone, very everyday, and this is 40, which is more terracotta. Very pretty blush. If you love a good baked formula, if you are not a person who applies a lot of highlighter, you just want like a sheen, a lot of my blushes that I use are more of like a matte formula. I have a few of them that gives me a sheen, and I have picked and choose those formulas very carefully, just because I do have a lot of texture and I do not like to emphasize it, and these are the formulas that do not emphasize texture on my skin, and that is why this stands out of the rest of the blushes that I have in my collection. So I would highly recommend the Watsa Beauty blushes. Okay, the next one is a liquid blush, and this one I feel like it's so unique in my collection. But if you like the look of a red blush on you, I absolutely love the way how red blush looks on me, especially when I do not have like any eye makeup going on, when I have like a very simple, like a bronzer on the eye and a lot of mascara on my lashes. I love to pair it up with like a red blush, and this is my favorite red blush, and it is super affordable. It comes from Profusion, and this is the Blush Hour in the shade Paloma. This is such a stunning red blush. It performs so beautifully. I have worn this so many times. I'm just gonna apply it right here, and it has that sponge tip applicator, and that's how the blush looks. But look at it, the way it shears out, the way it performs, it is so pretty. The way it looks on the skin tone, it is stunning. This is an absolute must-have, especially if you are scared of trying red blushes. I feel like just give this a go, just one time. It's very affordable. You can find it in Walmart, and this is such a stunning formula. I definitely love a lot of the shades from this Profusion line, but this one specifically, this is my go-to red blush. I absolutely love it. It's fuss free. It doesn't like stick onto your skin, which is so amazing. You have playtime to like wear it. When I'm wearing a red blush, I definitely don't want like dewy cheeks. It dries down to a more of a matte formula, and I love this. It gives like a very blurring effect on the skin. A must have in my opinion. Okay, let's move on to another cream blush formula, I would say, and this one I have used this so very much. If you are an everyday person, if you love a terracotta blush, I have several shades in my collection from this brand, but this one stands out among the rest. This is definitely my most used blush, I would say, most used cream blush, I would say, in my collection, and this comes from Merlot Beauty, and this is called the Merlot Flush Balm, and this one is in the shade Fox. For a medium tan skin tone, I feel like this blush is absolute perfection. Let me swatch it for you guys. This is how it looks. It definitely is more dewy, but you can see that that tone is so good for every day. I absolutely love that blush so very much, and this shears out so beautifully. I absolutely would 100% recommend this. This is such a stunning formula. It gives you pigment, but it is not overly pigmented, so you can absolutely work through it, and it performs beautifully. Even on top of powders, it will not ruin your blush. Let me show it to you. Obviously I have a lot of powders going on my face, but let me show it to you. I'm going to take it right on top of the brush, just right there, and I'm going to just place that on my cheekbones, and you will immediately see that dewiness coming through. Look at that shade. It is just perfection in my opinion. Really pretty. I absolutely would recommend this. So pretty. Try the shade Fox if you are my skin tone. I feel like this is going to be the best purchase for you. By the way, the brush that I used was BK Beauty A507. I use this with all my cream blushes. This is such a beautiful brush. I could not recommend this even more. Okay, let's move on to a powder product. I think this was the first blush that I fell in love with, which has a little bit of shimmer quality to it, but it didn't emphasize my texture. And I fell in love immediately. I used it. I have ever since loved this. This sits right in center in my vanity. I always have this in front of me for my mauve, beautiful, cool tone, warm tone, neutral looks. This is from M Cosmetics, and this is the Heaven's Glow blush in the shade Venetian Rose. stunning product, absolutely stunning product. You can see it is a baked formula. It does have a sheen in it. This definitely can be like a blush and a highlighter together in one formula. It is such a stunning formula. It blurs out the skin, but it also doesn't emphasize the texture, but it gives glow to the skin too. It is such a stunning product. Let me show it to you here. And that's how Venetian Rose looks. Let me just blend it out and show you. Can you see that sheen coming through? It's such a beautiful, beautiful product. Really would recommend this. This is such a stunning shade too, especially if you love to wear like cool tone looks in everyday life. If you love a good mauve blush, this is going to be absolutely stunning. If you have any recommendations for Heaven's Glow blushes for my skin tone, do recommend that in the comment section below, because I absolutely love this formula. I would love to have more shades in it. I love it. Let's move on to the next cream blush, again from the drugstore. This actually intimidated me in the beginning. I don't think I have like a deep berry tone blush in my collection, which absolutely stuck with me. This blush is absolutely stunning. The formula is stunning. This is perfection in my opinion. This is from Milani, and this is the Cheeque Kiss in the shade Merlot Moment. This berry tone blush is so wearable. If you were scared of red, but you love more of a terracotta blush, but you want to dip into like red, I would definitely suggest this Merlot Moment shade. Let me show it to you. And that's the shade Merlot Moment. But the way it blends on the skin, it gives such a youthful glow on the face. It is such a pretty shade. I absolutely love that shade. Oh, stunning formula. Could not recommend this more. It's a very easy formula to blend on your cheeks. It performs extremely well. It's pigmented, but it's blendable. It's so very nice. At drugstore price, I don't think you can go wrong with Milani blushes. Absolutely. I do have their nudie version, Nude Kiss, I think that's the name of it. I also have that too, but this one definitely takes the cake for me, just because it's so unique in my collection, and I reach out for this even more. Let's move on to a liquid blush formula. Now this liquid blush, when this landed in my collection, this formula is absolute perfection. If I have to recommend one blush to you, one liquid blush to you from this entire blush video, I would highly recommend this. And this is from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. Oh, this is called the Cheek and the Lip Flush. And I have all the shades with me. I was kindly sent all these blushes in PR from Glaminatrix, and I could not be more thankful. This blush lives right in front of me on my vanity. I often use this to office. I have two shades that I would highly recommend. I have the shade Gentle and Lavish. Lavish by far is the most used shade in my collection in liquid blushes. This is Lavish, this is Gentle. Gentle again is a mauve tone blush, and this is more terracotta blush. Are you surprised? I don't think so. Let me swatch it for you guys. This is the shade Lavish. It's such a unique formula that is absolutely foolproof. And this is Lavish. When you see Lavish, you would be like, oh, that's dark, that's deep. But the way it blends on the skin, it is stunning. This is Gentle and this is Lavish. Lavish is definitely, if you would ask me one blush, I would say Lavish, because Lavish is very pretty on the face. Look at that. That's Gentle and that's Lavish. It's a brown tone terracotta shade, but the way it blends on the face is just absolutely stunning. I could not recommend this more. The way it blends is perfection in my opinion. It definitely doesn't emphasize any texture. It's not dewy. It sets to a more of a natural finish on the face. It looks so healthy and plump. I love it. Absolutely love this formula. I really love Glaminatrix as a brand. I do have a code with them. My code is SMITHYSONY to save you 10% off. If you want to use my code, I thank you very much. But now let's move on to the next powder blush, and this comes from Haus Labs. This one is in the shade French Rosette. This definitely is more corally. It is in between orange and pink. It is really pretty shade, especially on our skin tone. For like a warm tone look, this looks absolutely perfection. This, I love this shade so very much, and this definitely comes with me for travel because it's a small and a concise blush. If you can see, it's definitely smaller in size, but it packs a punch. So let me show you. This one is in the shade French Rosette. This one, really pretty, very corally, I would say. Very pretty on the face. Really pretty. Love that one. Very smooth, very pigmented, very buildable, but very blurring on the face. I really love it. Another liquid blush that I would recommend is from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and this is called the Camo liquid blush, and this one is in the shade Sauve Mauve. If you want a deeper blush from the drugstore, I feel like e.l.f. does so good in the blush category. And this is definitely a mauve, but definitely is more purple leaning. Such a stunning blush. If you are more of like a medium tan skin tone, I feel like you would absolutely love that shade. Really pretty. It's definitely a very natural looking blush on the skin, and it blends extremely well. I would say if you were thinking that Rare Beauty blushes are too pigmented for you, but you wanted all the shades that they had, I feel like give e.l.f. a go. They have so many shades in their line that duplicates Rare Beauty blushes, and I feel like Sauve Mauve is definitely one of my favorite blushes. And last, certainly not the least, I feel like this cream blush formula is absolute favorite of mine, and this has been in my collection for a long time, and this has stood the test of time. And this comes from M Cosmetics. This one, oh, it is so pretty. This is called the So Soft Blushes. I have two shades with me. I actually have a third one too, which was more deeper. I gave that to my sister and she loves that. I have two. These are the two that I wear all the time. I have the shade Lychee and I have the shade Demure. This is Lychee, the peachy one, and Demure is more mauvey, everyday kind of blush. So let me show you. Where am I swatching? Let's swatch it here. That's Lychee and this is Demure. There you go. So that's Lychee and that's Demure. I love to wear Demure on an everyday basis, and Lychee is just such a perfect spring blush in my opinion. If I want a subtle pop, like a fresh look on my skin, Lychee does it for me. Like a little bit on the apples of the cheek would give so much of flush, and this extremely has like a blurring effect on the face. You can wear it on top of the powder. I do not care where you wear it, but you can wear it however you want, but it gives such a beautiful flush. Look, immediately that area just gives such a youthful look. I love that blush so very much. In the cream blush formula, I would highly recommend the M Cosmetics blushes. They are absolutely stunning. I'm not gonna rank any of these, but I really feel like all these blushes are really great if you have a color or a formula in mind. I really hope that this video was helpful for you guys. My favorite for sure in cream blush formula is the M Cosmetics blush. In the liquid blushes is definitely the Glaminatrix Cosmetics blush. For powder blushes, I feel like the Watsa Beauty blushes as well as the M Cosmetics blush are really good. Even the Haus labs, you cannot go wrong with powder blushes. Okay, they're an easy formula to make, but these definitely stand out in my collection for a reason. I really love it. But that's all for today. I really hope that this video was helpful for you guys. There were so many people who were like asking me if I could do something else apart from eyeshadow palette. I know that this channel thrives on eyeshadow palettes, and that's my love. But I definitely use other products in my collection, and I do so many get readies with me in my channel too. So if you are interested in those videos, I would definitely link a few playlists and videos in the iCards above for you guys. But that's all for today. If you did like my video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.